One of the things that we're really interested in our research at the moment is the relationship between the creative habits of mind and what are called executive functions of the brain. So executive functions of the brain are like the operating system of your brain. You know, you buy a computer and it comes with an operating system on it, and then you load software on it, it does fancy stuff, right? If the operating system doesn't work, none of the software that you put on works. It's exactly the same with kids. They turn up in school, and what school tries to do is to load software. And for a lot of kids, the operating system doesn't work, and therefore the software doesn't work. And they don't know why that doesn't happen. But what a lot of schools do is just work even harder with more and more software, cramming it into the kids' minds without that beginning to work. So, executive functions of the brain are in three categories: inhibitory control, which is your social, physical, and emotional control; flexibility of mind, your ability to be able to see things from lots of different angles and so on and so forth; and working memory, your ability to hold in your short-term memory a certain number of concepts simultaneously whilst you resolve problems. And they match on very well to the creative habits of mind. Now, what we know is there is a huge difference in the development of executive functions of the brain for children who come into school. And the question has been, why is there this huge difference? And the answer appears to be linked in language. So there are all these people who've sat in people's front rooms listening and transcribing the conversations between parents and children. And what they say when they come back, in short, is there are two kinds of language at work. There's what they call administrative language, which is go to bed, eat your tea, do your homework. And then there's this discursive language, which really starts with questions. It's about, what's that? I wonder what that is. It's the wondering what if kind of questions. It's the conversation that you have in front of one of Karim's work, which is, why is that there? What's that doing there? And all those explorations. What they seem to believe is that discursive language is fundamental to the development of young people's brain capacity, and particularly the executive functions. So the short answer is to talk to your children, but to talk discursively, to ask questions, to pose complex issues, because it's in their attempts to try and reconcile those things that actually physiological changes take place in their brain and enable them to do that. So that process, and I watch it quite often, you know, on a Saturday afternoon in a museum, there's the parents and the kids, and they're wandering around and they're looking at the objects. That conversation is the absolutely fundamental building blocks of their capacity to learn as they get older, and your ability to do that.